Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. I almost said Heaven's Word. Haven't played that one in a while. But yeah, let's get started. I am about to start talking to Tataru because a whole lot happened in the last episode. There were a lot of cutscenes. Something happened to Radzat Han. It's basically like blotted off the map now. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And I guess Tataru probably has more information for us, so let's see what she has to say. Sky is aflame, and yeah, it is a level 85 quest, so we are now on to the level 85 stuff. Oh, Celeste, I was just about to call for you. I'm afraid we've received another call for assistance. This one comes from Radzat Han. The others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. You must join them at once. Ah, there you are. Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact in Radzat Han. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Good gods, are the final days already upon us? That didn't take long. It would appear so. Sadly, that is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people at Radzat Han are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Agreed. Agreed. Kryle, you'd best remain here with Tataru and gather what knowledge you can. You are in no condition for a long journey, I imagine. Very well. Similar phenomena may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Yeah, I mean, one would assume it's not just going to happen in Radzat Han. Let us make for Yedlamad. We must prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead. And Thancred, you're gonna have to, like, get sick, I guess. Wait, no. Is that fixed now? I think he can just attune? Or can he not attune? I actually can't remember. We'll find out when we get there. Alright, go to Favnir. I think I could just teleport, I hope.
And lo, vile beasts did rise.
This looks a lot like our vision. And like a Marat.
Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas.
Oh.
And our sins ascend unto the heavens. Three dooms to unmake all we were.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
It would seem so.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact.
They aren't the people, are they?
The people of Radzat Han themselves
Crap.
transformed into these baleful fiends.
Crap. That's what's happening. So it's not going to just be in Radzat Han because we already know it's happening in Alamigo and Ishgard based on the last preview. Preview? Cutscene? Whatever.
Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The Large One's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
Are they going to be able to
And
do
what
anything?
of Vritra?
Yeah.
Vitra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
Wonder if there's any way to just put them out of commission without killing them? I don't know. Like, I feel like nobody's had time to plan anything.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Jedlimad. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
Could this be our first dungeon? Because we haven't had one yet in this section. The whole, when was the last dungeon? Right before the trial. Oh, well, I guess it hasn't been that
We're
long.
as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Has it been that long? I'm so thrown off from the fact that I took a break over the holidays. But we've got enough people here for this to possibly be a dungeon. Definitely not yet for a trial. Although who knows, I wasn't planning on fighting Zodiark last time. I feel like we've got more time for that. Everyone has assembled, yes? I thank you for lending us your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around to the north side of the island. There, you will find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. It is a sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Vitra and the Radiant Host have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. This does sound like it's going to be a dungeon. I think it might be. I'm waiting for the ding. There it is. It's a dungeon. I called it. Okay then. Oof, the noises those things make when they die. That was terrible. Oh, there's Vritra.
My friends, heed me. These are children of Thavner.
Okay, but...
Forgive me. I could do them no
Oh,
harm.
buddy. He was just letting them attack him. But he was also keeping the other ones safe. We have to get away from here. What's wrong? Oh no, is it kids? No, no kids. No, 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 no. Don't hurt your kids. Run. Oh no! Oh, I don't want to. Oh my god. Whew. Alright. We are done. Almost died at the very last second there, but we got it. It was just really bad placement for when we got knocked over. Not over, but like knocked away. I wonder if I'm right about the emotions. I think I'm right about the emotions. Because the kids turned into monsters when they were scared of their mother. The mother turned into a monster because she was scared for her kids and worried that they weren't going to get out. I think it's tied to emotion.
What is it?
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Yeah.
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
Ether?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
So their ether is gone? Is that what's turning them into monsters?
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud. Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhap so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
So, okay, so she said, though, that once they turn into monsters, that's when the ether starts to decay. So, but what turns them into monsters in the first place? I'm still going with emotion here, because that's what it seems. But, ooh, this is very bad.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
Not by any means known to me.
Oh, boy.
Or
Okay.
by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
It's not them anymore, though.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe.
What is
You put
causing...
your secret at risk.
What is causing some people to turn and not others? Like, why is... I forget his name already, like, he just talked. But why is he okay and others not? Because we were seeing the same thing in Ishgard and Alamigo, where only certain people were turning.
Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, Calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
What madness is this, Iwan? Thou dost forget thyself.
Iowan.
Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos.
Which may not actually be a good thing right now, but there's already confusion and
Nay,
chaos.
I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally, and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone.
I wonder why he's refusing, aside from the fact that he doesn't want
I
to cause
ask
chaos.
that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radzatan will not survive.
Take me with you.
Okay, this is
I am as
also...
at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
This is also from the trailer.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Arhewan's side.
Estinian, here.
What is that?
It's the last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you loathe.
Ah, yes.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Because apparently Thancred is the voice of everyone now.
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Fair enough. Now, shall we?
You better be okay, though, Estinian.
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
Don't worry about it.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
Okay. Those are all people, or they used to be people. Oh, this area of Radzat Han. Oh, hello. Somebody was just not wearing any armor. All right, hang on. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say Radzat Han, the city looks fine, but nope, it doesn't. Our Radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city, though it pains me to know those beasts were once my own people. There's no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. Yeah, we need to figure out what's causing it, because that'll help us prevent it, I assume. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduda for the time being. There, I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight into a possible solution. I'm still saying it's emotion. Extreme emotion, not just little emotion. You know, not just like, oh, I suddenly feel happy. Like, it's extreme emotion. I'm calling it. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Alize and I will see to Pax's path. Thancred and Yashola pray make for Dharma. I leave Artha to Graha and you, Celeste. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduda that we might share what we have learned with the satrap. The weather is just apocalypse. You don't want to go and check the weather and just see apocalypse. That's pretty bad. Shall we be off then? Arthur is home to the High Crucible of Alchemia. Those alchemists forged many of our warding scales. That seems a good place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nahudin, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our queries. Okay, so Graha is accompanying us. I remember those red eyes. You were with those scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We are assisting the satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly, I heard panicked screams coming from the direction of Balsan Bazaar, and the next instant, a monstrous beak poked its head out from amidst the stalls. Although, I guess It may not be extreme emotion, because if that were the case, anybody that's scared should be turning into one, right? I'm not sure. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be sent sprawling as the Fiend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we now know where we should inquire next. To the bazaar, then. Or maybe there's like an item? I don't know. Something's got to be causing it. Sisters have mercy. What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger has passed, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard the screams, then a horde of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a Marid, throwing people about like rag dolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, saw others do the same, but the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder, more voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is enough, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible, too, has survived, mostly unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. Is something the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? Aye, I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the Fiend, its massive body bursting through that entryway with the force of a tidal wave, and then it was gone as quickly as it came. So this is the Apnarian Weave. I feel like this is really not the right time for this. I must say it bears a resemblance to the traditional fabrics of Corvos. Small wonder really, given that it's just across the water. Not that I'm much of an expert in Corvosi culture, of course. I've not had the occasion to visit my ancestral home since coming to Charlian, and like as not, I will never reside there again. That said, in recent days I've felt more acutely aware of my heritage and grateful for it. It is thanks to my forebears that I inherited the royal eye, and with it the wisdom of ancient Aleg. And so, well, I simply hope that my countrymen are safe, and one day, when this calamity is but a memory, I would like to see Corvos again, if only once. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have come not in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time and only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. While that was all going on, the great big one tore through the west side of the bazaar. You'll have better luck there. And with that, I do believe we've learned all we can from the bazaar. Let's take a moment to review our findings. Okay, let's head back over here. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetherite Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in that Mayhane can surely tell us more. I'm not sure what that is. Going after that enormous beast, are you? Aye, I saw it, including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn the gods for me for putting me there. It started over there by the window. A few men, merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversations must have taken a turn for the worst. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buries his head in his hands and black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body bursts apart and there is this hideous slavering beast, massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, then the black mist comes again until the change takes them too. The stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade. Not much cause to mingle with those sort. I saw Mahil, the barmaid, chatting with them, though. She might know something. Wasn't the first person we saw in Alamigo a merchant? He looked like a merchant. I'm not sure who the person in Ishgard was, though. Even after repairing all that damage, it'll take a while for business to pick up again. So I guess it's a bar. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it anyway. I think I saw it too. I saw it too. We all did. I was standing here at the counter at as Mahedre poured me a drink, when suddenly there came this dreadful sound like a pained, angry groan. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sends shivers up my spine, but some stroke of fortune I was able to slip outside before the beast got its claws on me. but the sight that greeted me offered me no solace. The blue sky above had turned red as blood. Mareed? I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. Myself and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to turn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Meride's Mahane. What can I get you? We have not come for libations, but rather for information. You are Mahil, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on the satrap's behalf. We hear that it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Kalzal was his name. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the exports of Thavnarian specialties. Wait a minute. Matsya. Wait a minute. That was the merchant that was talking to... That was the merchant that was running that, yeah, the consortium guy back when we met Matsya. He was talking to somebody else because he was having trouble getting supplies. That was him. Yes, the names ring a bell. Didn't you meet them both on your first trip to Thavnar? If I recall correctly, Kalzal ran a trading operation in Yedlamad, and he was there the day you made Matsia's acquaintance. Yes, that is the same Kalzal, no doubt. A rather successful man, from what I gather. That said, it was clear he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Maybe I'm right about the emotions. Like, he's feeling, trapped? Maybe not trapped. Trapped might not be the right word, but he feels like he's failing because his business is failing. Even now with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of a trading consortium, indeed. Kalzal was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting as far as I could hear. Yet as they discussed matters further, Kalzal's tone grew grave and grim, and it was then that... Forgive me, I would not have you recall the memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask you just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Kalzal in particular? Please, anything at all? Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Kalzal lived for his work, and he had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they are lost to us too. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them, if you believe they would help. What do you say? I mean, we'll take what we can get. Kalzal made his home in Kama, a nearby residential district. From what I gather, Kalzal lived there since childhood and was known throughout the neighborhood. Kama, the name is new to me. How do we get there? I'll write down some directions. I cannot promise that you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it is a start. Come, let's see where this will take us. Grahatia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed. Okay. And this must be Kama. We've arrived at last. Let us begin questioning the residents without delay. No doubt someone here can tell us more about Kalzal. Given recent events, I imagine many are taking shelter indoors. Could you come back another time? I just woke up and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Thavnar. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Kalzal? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Kalzal? I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around thanks to a generous order from Ruvedia Fibers. Why, he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken to him since, but I assume it all went well. Jinabaha might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Jinabaha at Ruvedia Fibers. Let's make a point to visit him after we have spoken with the locals. Okay. I am really sorry about my bad pronunciation, by the way. Kalzal, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return. He'd spend his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easily as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really, with what with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night I heard his door open. I looked out to see Kalzal sitting on a bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see. The situation must have been dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of, other than the troubles with his consortium. He was the same old Kalzal, cordial and honest, like always. These questions you were asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am, I have heard little about these bazaar goings-on. Rest assured, the city is safe for now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter and be prepared to take refuge should the satrap order it. Notice how he just didn't say about Kalzal, which I think was probably a good idea. No need to worry her. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so now we have to go to Jinabaha. And since Graha is accompanying me, I don't think I can take Aether Shards. Although I don't even think I can use them right now because I can't actually unlock the Aetherite. I'll get that lookout spot later. I'm just worried that if I deviate too much from the path that I'm gonna lose Graha, and I don't want to have to do anything over again. If I'm not mistaken, these stairs lead to Dharma. It is quite the sight, the red sky above. During the final days of yore, the heavens burned and the stars fell. Creation magics run amok. That was my assumption when I saw Amarat. Perhaps the ancients believed the same, that the terror of a single powerful individual was the cause of their calamity. And yet, those self-same horrors now manifest themselves before our eyes. What could it be that sets the heavens aflame and turns ordinary men into beasts? And hurry, I say, there's no time to waste. Pardon me, but you are in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions that we'd like to... I'm sorry, but I simply don't have the time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. What makes you think they're going to return, though? Nobody has said anything about that. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask the others what to put where. Although I guess everybody is assuming that they're going to come back, right? And you can carry our fabrics. Go through that door and speak with Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Remember, these textiles are our livelihood. Handle them with care. This area is for employees only. Out, out. No, I'm helping. What's that? You've come to help. Oh, praise be to Mindaruva. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On your way here, you pass 3 storehouses, yes? I'd like you to carry that small crate to Nabrafal by the storehouse near the hatchery. The crate of clothing is for Manua, and the massive crate there goes to Zamora by the middle storehouse. Watch your back with that one. These are all crates. Those are all the crates we have ready. Once they've been delivered, consider your work here complete. Oh, no. Okay. What? Pick up the light crate. Oh, those. Okay. I have a minute. Here you go. Thread is it? Then you come to the right place. We thank you for your aid. I know Zemara and then Manuha are the other ones, right? If you have any crates of finished products such as carpets, clothing, and the like, pray bring them here to our primary storehouse. A crate full of clothing, is it? I can take it off your hands. Many thanks for the delivery. I wonder if this one's going to make me go really slow. Like, it's bigger than I am. It's bigger than 2 of me. I could live in that thing. I say you're quite the brawny one, aren't you? Good thing that. Never know when you're going to need to defend yourself in unpredictable times. A crate full of fabrics, is it? Exactly what I was hoping to receive. Here, let me put that away for you. Okie doke. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. You've carried all the crates to the storehouse, as you say, and so quickly, too. Well, I've never seen anybody so strong. I and my associates will see to the rest, so please return to Jinnabaha and assure him that the work is proceeding apace. To tell the truth, we're grateful for the distraction. Too many terrible happenings of late, but generous souls like yourself give me hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times. Same. Good luck. Done as I asked, have you? If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You have done us a great favor, traveler. I, too, have delivered the instruments and apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our wares stored safely away, we'll not lose any more to those fiends. I take that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies in confusion, and then before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out, a scream of such agony, such terror, and in the next instant, he too sprouted fearsome claws. Kinda supporting my emotion theory, though. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask. Indeed, you knew the merchant Kalzal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Kalzal, I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end, we received a better offer and had to turn him down. Again, supports my emotion theory. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He'd said he'd discuss it with his associates, but I could tell he had all but given up hope. What is this, Danganronpa? Dejection and despair. You remember what we saw in Vanaspati, yes? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomenon occurred here. The poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kalzal. By all accounts, it was he who suffered from the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? Thank you! Thank you! I will be here all day. I called it last episode. Thank you. That such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others. We were to reconvene with the others in front of the Megaduta, were we not? That should be just outside. With any luck, they have already returned from their own investigations. My friend, we must take our leave. I pray that your establishment is spared further tragedy. But remember, your lives are far more precious than anywhere's. If you are ordered to flee, do so without hesitation. Indeed, I thank you for your concern, and pray you two will take care as well. If it is emotion, God, that's horrifying.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances.
Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
If it is emotion, which I'm pretty sure it is at this point, and we have a flower that's able to detect emotion, could we not use the flower to predict when another part is, or like when this is going to happen again? I wonder if we're going to get to that. Fortuitous time. Why am I reading? They're reading.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
Sure.
So the merchant Kalzal was gravely concerned about his business. in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
That's what we saw in the dungeon too, because that, like, the mother transformed first, and then her kids.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings.
So, yeah, because the one that we fought in the dungeon was speaking. I guess it wasn't, like she said, because it didn't have any ether, it wasn't the actual person, but I guess it was like a remnant of them.
Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not.
Good point.
Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Karl Zahl's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
Yeah.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast. Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Okay, we gotta calm down though, Alice, because we know what causes it.
Look! It's the satrap!
The satrap!
Thank the heavens.
I don't know. I have a bad feeling.
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last.
For now.
Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Palaka's stand?
We haven't been there yet, right?
My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share...
Oh no.
Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
Oh no.
You are?
I'm Matya of
Matya!
Akyali, a humble fisherman.
Oh, we haven't heard his voice before, have we?
Ah, I remember you from our first visit.
Wait, you're... But no, that can wait. When the skies turned red,
Oh no.
I set off for Palaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend. But as I drew near the village,
I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy!
Oh no.
Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You
I know
saw
where this
those
is going.
beasts? They tore our bravest warriors limb from limb! What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, sink their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Crap.
Get away from her, now!
Seriously. Oh no. Crap. Oh no, they're all turning.
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Are you sure?
Run as fast as you can. Ah! 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 No! Ah!
Oh no. Oh my god. No.
Vitra, our people, you must save them.
Oh my god. Oh no.
My son,
Oh god, Graha, please go away. Graha!
Enough! You must run. For their sake and your own.
Graha?
Yes, you will survive. You must.
How did he do that? Graha, what are you doing? Graha?
Be strong, my friends! Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations! Brave men and women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stola and Thancred your aid. Let not a single beast escape. The rest of you, flee this place.
Carry the wounded if you must. Head indoors or underground. Above all, stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that.
Alphino! Alice! Leave the city to us, and make for Palaka's stand at once! Matsya, show my friends to the village! I promise you, they're more capable than the host's finest!
Right! Go with them, will you?
I don't want to leave you
We
here.
will save these people. As many as we can.
Okay. Oh my god. We must save Palaka's stand, whatever it takes. Matsya, it pains me to put you into harm's way, but I would ask your aid as well. Of course, Palaka's stand is not far, just down that hill. But as I told His Excellency before, the path was blocked by terrible creatures. I had no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. Celeste, I ask you to take the lead and dispatch any beasts you encounter. Alize and I will keep Matsya hidden amidst the trees and follow when the path is clear. Alright. There is no telling what dangers await us. Keep your eyes peeled. It cannot be. We must heal those we can, and quickly. I see no beasts, but stay on your guard. Have you come to help us? Too late. Too late. My friends, my family. Oh no. Okay, I was expecting him to turn into a monster, but he didn't. Are these the only villagers who survived? I can only hope others managed to flee, but the rest have been turned to beasts. By the 12. Let us do what we can to see that the damage spreads no further, and no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, lest we ourselves suffer a similar fate. I'm gonna stop here. This has been a very long episode for me, at least. I don't know how long it's gonna be after editing, because I have a lot of, like, the dungeon that's gonna get cut, but that was a lot. So I will start the next part in the next episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget you can follow me on social media. I have links for all of those down in the description box below, and if you wish, you can become a channel member or a fan house subscriber, which are optional monetary supports that are done on a monthly basis, which you can check out down below as well. And those are optional, always optional, but very much appreciated. And yeah, hopefully you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!